Gary, ready? Okay. Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Avi, really? Take your Ritalin. Gary, what's with the screen? Okay. All right, where's the button? Need a button. We have a lot of chashuv guests today. Where are our guests today? Anyone? No chashuv guests? Avi, you're not a guest. I saw you at Bellworks, no? Don't try and trick me. I saw you. I don't know why, but today feels like I haven't been in the seat in a while. I don't know what Mike's. Sorry. Two of them. I'm a little rusty. Nachon, you good? Wow, who's running the show? Me or you here? I'm glad you're in the guest seat. Welcome. But remember, do not come into my space. Okay? It's bad enough we have someone shuckling into my space the whole time. Everyone wants to see 100% of me. It's about me here, okay? So please, slide away. Today, we have a very, Today, we have a very special event. But before we get there, I have one email that really hit home. It felt so personal when I read it, I couldn't pass it up. Ta'araf, Agona Tzadik, Ravelli. Any more praise just detracts from how awesome you are. This is warm, by the way, Avi? Let's be on this side. I know you get all these letters saying how much the daf changes people's lives, but this one is really so true. I mean, it sounds like it couldn't be true, but it's 100% emes. It hasn't been easy being married to my husband. He's gone through a lot of phases in his life. Speaking of marriages, it reminds me of a joke. Did I say this joke yet? All right, whatever. For the new guys, it'll be the first time they hear it. Marriage is like a workshop. The husband works and the wife shops. Nachman. Right? Atazai. Thank you, Nachman. It's not easy. Where was I? Oh, yeah, the email. Okay. My husband was a bit of a child prodigy. The rumor is that he gave himself a bris at 8 days old. He walked at 6 months old, but he also had a shtick of ADD. His parents moved him around a lot, and he had a rough childhood fitting in. He'd get into street fights. Thank God he could beat 6 goyim at once. He even got caught up with the mafia once. I hope things would calm down a bit once we got married and settle down, but things kept spiraling out of control. He was constantly changing jobs. Electrician, he worked in meat, he owned a sleep lab, he was a caterer. It got so bad, he was always chasing the big dream, borrowing money from friends, family, and even plain strangers. He was always pushing the envelope, snowboarding, swimming with sharks, flying private planes, wrestling with lions. He even woke up one day and moved our entire family across the world, moving from 25,000 square feet. By the way, that was on MTV Cribs, in case you haven't seen that one. And moved us to a 1,500 square foot house. Once I show this guy give a shear and there's something on his face, and I do this all the time. But then he started the daf, and everything changed. He was never so focused, committing to it day after day. It was almost like he was compulsive. He stopped exercising. He stopped playing basketball. He was almost as good as Rav Kolodensky. The only Rebbe who was actually good at basketball. But the daf changed his whole life. He learned to open his heart. He even learned to love our four-legged anical. And now everything he says is like Rav Elazar ben Yaakov. Shas Cotton alert. Rav Elazar ben Yaakov is Kav V'Nuki. Everything he says, we follow him in halacha. 102 times I counted. It says his name. He reviewed Baba Basra 20 times, but he still doesn't remember anything. He really doesn't have a great memory. They say he's a real Baal Mofis now. 9 months after you meet him. People visit him before the Kotel. He graces the cover of every major Jewish magazine. They create devices for yeshiva boys that only show videos of him. For all those thinking, I'm only tooting his horn, it's 100% l'shem shemayim. It's all the mechazek, the olam. That's all it is. But above all, he stayed incredibly humble. You have no idea what it's like to be married to him. And it's not just him. Okay there, buddy? It's not just him who's changed the world. He's even got my father, a world-renowned ENT surgeon, into MDY. Gary, you ready? Hang on 1 second. Shnia. Hang on. All right, there we go. Gary, you ready? No? There we go.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai.
One more time. Louder.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai.
I'm leaving the oven. That's a good one. So, thank you so much to MDY and the Daf for really changing my life and my husband, Faggy S. I told you we have a very special event today, but it looks like the upsharing boy is here. So we have a quick upsharing beforehand. You ready? I know, by the way. You want candy, buddy? Yeah? Do you want some candy? Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You ready to get your hair cut? Should we cut your hair? What, Shimmy? You ready? Shimmy? Okay, hold on 1 second. Don't worry. Shimmy, you ready? Yeah, your mother would kill me otherwise. Do you want some candy? By the way, 1 second. We don't do Aleph Beis. Shimmy, we don't do Aleph Beis here, by the way. Let me tell you what we do. You know what we do for upsharings here? Ready? You gonna help me? Good morning, Rabbi Sai. You got it. You ready? One more time. You want some candy? Good morning, Rabbi Sai. All right, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You want some candy? Yeah, here we go. Take that home. A little overwhelmed. It's okay. He's a Stefansky. Okay? Okay. See you later, buddy. He's going to do that in the car the whole way. By the way, exactly. Shkoyach. Anyways, I told you we have a very special event. Tomer, you want to introduce us, please?
Good morning, everyone. We'd like to introduce you to MDY Yidden, led by our esteemed Rav Gon Tzaddik, humble Rav Eli Stefansky.
Gary, you ready? Mukhan? So, anybody could be a Shas Yidden, right? All right, what's so hard? The question is, who really knows MDY? This is really the big question. And we've had a tremendous haskama here. Let me just read this to you. Why is it not working, Gary? Terrible. All who support MDY Yidden will merit Olam Hazeh and Olam Haba, will acquire great Torah and great wealth. That's Rav Kanievsky who said that about MDY Yidden. So you ready? Feel free to jump in and answer questions. It's going to start a little easy, and then we're going to get progressively harder. And I want to see who's the real MDY Yid here tonight. You ready? Here we go. It's a very chashuv event here. Guaranteed to become a better person, a husband, father. What's this about?
Daf Yomi at MDY.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Scream out, by the way. Here we go. Don't feel free. This is a very easy one. Everyone should get this in the room if you're an MDY Yid. Yeah. What? No, more specifically, yeah? Oh, very good. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. How about this one? Very good. Very good. Okay. How about this? It's Sheretz. I'm saying the lizard. Only the lizard is the real one. Yeah, they said that. All right. Who's that? What's about this one? This is a very famous one. All right. Now get a little bit harder. A little bit harder.
Close up already.
All right. Good. But where? Kruger. Very good. Very good. Okay. How about this one?
15th birthday.
Yeah. Very good. No, but where? Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. And this one, last one's gonna be a little tough. Let's see if we get this. Wow. I guess we're gonna lose some more guys in Gateshead on this one. Anyone? No one knows what this is? Avi?
Circle of life.
Very good. Very good. Avi Factor really is the MDY Yid of here, by the way. Shkoyach, by the way, guys, it's impressive your knowledge of the shir. Very impressive. By the way, I know it's super late, but Shabbos' daf is almost nothing, and we'll catch up Motzei Shabbos. We have a couple of sponsors. Our first sponsor is Truma. I love it. So simple, one word. The Lach and LEYLU families, because Torah is the best. Very good. Paris Chaim Levin is sponsoring in honor of Rafal the Barber. Between these guys, they have over 5,000 guys that they signed up for the shiur. Noam, you can sell a slogan. You can't bring me one guy to the shiur? One. Mordechai Sapoznik, he has the highest volume of donations, in case you didn't know, in honor of the lesser-known heroes of the shiur. Mendy Orbach, I don't know if you know this, but he gave up diamonds just to learn a kollel. I didn't see him there. Shabsai Cohen, the Rosh Kollel, Menachem Mateh, Avi Gargir, shiur wouldn't be without you. Benny the Butcher, the Seltzer Boys, not related to Nachum. Yeah. And we have a very, very special sponsor now. And I don't remember, thank you, whatever happened to the Hatzalah Chevra. They used to sponsor all the time. But lo mishaneh, we have a brand new sponsor, and I'm very excited about it. K45 is sponsoring all of Seder Nashim. It's a real bargain. Only $500,000, but it's just a tiny part of our annual budget. We have so many costs. The video editors on staff, the coffee, artists like Yoshi, safaris. If we could only raise more money, we could do more animations and really take things to the next level. We're so late, I know, but I just have one very, very important thing to finish with. We lost a lot of people in Yevamos, and I think I owe the Olam an apology. And I really thought it was Givaldica stuff, all the bye-byes and the Baldwin brothers, but it really wasn't so nice, and I want to apologize. Avi, Noam, Avi, can you get up here, please? But come here, get over here, get over here. Get over here. Guys, get over here, Bemet. Avi, don't be shy. So this is also thematically in line with what we learned Nazir yesterday, and we learned about a peah yesterday, about wearing a wig. And I learned if I have any gaiva at all, if I have any, it's probably because of my great hair. You guys didn't notice this probably, but I'm wearing a wig today, which was done by Elisa Jacobs. If you're looking for a great hairstylist for Simchas, I can't recommend her enough. But to truly apologize to you guys, really, and from the bottom of my heart, I shaved my head in solidarity with you guys. And hopefully you let me become an official Baldwin brother. Hopefully you guys apologize. Thank you.
Sponsorship to Turkey.
Yeah, it's coming. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day. And Chodesh Tov.
Hey, you forgot to show this.
I know what happens. The mic. No, we're taking it with me.
Oh, wow. Wow. Where do we start? Where do we begin? Oh. A good Chodesh Rabboisai. LEYLU NISHMAS. Imi Merasi Rusbas Mordechai. Tremendous Yishur Koyach to Jonathan. He worked all year on this. It was great. He came up with another way to literally shtach me. Unbelievable. Zol Shem Shemaim. The truth is, Jonathan's of the opinion that, we're dealing with a big Balgaiva here. And I wanted to take this opportunity to prove to the Olam that even though I might have Ruach HaKodesh, I don't always use it. And when necessary, go to the screen for a second. When necessary, I could invoke it if I want. But I will show you. Obviously, Jonathan didn't tell me what's going on. That's Pasha. Everybody knows that. Not only that, Jonathan's wife didn't tell me. So if I anticipated every joke that he said and in the right order, including the upsharing kid, what would you guys say? Magic, Ruach HaKodesh. So let me show you what I got here. Ruach HaKodesh for dummies. You guys ready? Jonathan, keep your kippah on. How would I know that your kippah kept on falling? Avi, take your Ritalin. My MD Wire husband is now a guy. Email from my wife. The upsharing boy. Huh? How did I know that?
That was very
Nope. Candy. MDY Yidin, Rabbi Sai, MDY Yidin. Amaritz. Sponsored by Noam Zisrogim. A45, $45,000 safari to Yoshi. Yoshi, huh? Avi, get over here. Don't be shy. K45. My great hair. The Gaiva. What? Huh? What? It's not Ruach HaKodesh. What is it? And now who shaved his head? Rabbi Sai. At all the way at the end. Rabbi Sai, round of applause. So don't say I don't anticipate, I don't understand. It's all anova when I don't use it. And at certain times, when necessary. Let me just show you this real quickly, Rabbi Sai. You're shocked, huh? Listen, it is his fourth time doing it. I already know how his mind operates. But in the order, in the right, let's do it again. Chazara, hold on. We'll do Chazara. Let's show me the screen. Jonathan, keep your kippah on. Avi, take your Ritalin in that order. MDY husband, upsharing boy, Candy for the upsharing boy, MDY Yidin, Amaritz, sponsored by Noam Zisrogim. I messed up the K and the A. You're right. Maybe I don't have Ruach HaKodesh. Avi, get over here. Don't be shy. My great hair. And finally, the final thing. Okay. Just want to put it out there. The Koila is sponsored by Anon Ymous. You know what? Let's just do this real quickly. It's a 20-second thing. It has to do with Torah. So it's one email. Phenomenal recruitment video for the new volume because we are starting Nazir. Avrami Trahav sends his message from 12,000 feet. Here goes.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Here I am at 12,000 feet skiing. Think about it. Doing the Daf and going skiing is very similar. I'm sure you're wondering why. The reason being...
You know what? We don't have time for that. I was going to show it. We'll show it tomorrow. Is shaving your entire head asur? Oh. Where are we? I'm in the wrong thing. Here we go. Sponsored. Anon Ymous from Lakewood. May supporting Torah strengthen our bitachon. The Masechta is sponsored by Truma and Maaser. The Masechta is sponsored by LEYLU NISHMAS Yosef by Anon Ymous. The month is sponsored by Shprintzy and Alan Gross. The yahrzeit of our fathers, שלמה, זלמן, יצחק, אייזיק, Binyamin Lazarus, הכהן. Second sponsor of the month, the wife of LEYLU NISHMAS, Boruch, Helfgott, שלמה. The sponsor of the month, LEYLU NISHMAS, Ben Moshe. The sponsor of the week, Igor Zilberman, LEYLU NISHMAS, Ben Lazar. J. Lazarus, in honor of our son Binyamin Lazarus' birthday, Ad Mei Vesim Shana. Do me a favor, Yosef, please fix that week thing. Igor Zilberman. And by Dr. Marc Berkson, in honor of my son Hillel Natan, on the occasion of his 8th birthday. By Glenn Black, Mazel Tov, Amira and Ariel Blumenthal, on the occasion of their wedding today. Mazel Tov. Brain intact, they should be zoicha to nachas the kedusha and tremendous success in all my endeavors because Torah is the best gula. Who are our guests today? Your name? Avi Klug. Your name? Duvital. From?
North Woodmere.
Both? North Woodmere. Wow.
Moshe Weinberger, North Woodmere, and there's someone else over there.
Shalom Aleichem. Avraham Capella from North Woodmere. The North Woodmere, you're a different chabur than the regular Woodmere, right? Yeah. Who else? What's your? Oh, yeah. Okay. Who else? That's it? Okay, Givaldi. The art of the month is sponsored for completely refuah for Chaim Tzvi Ben Leah. Let's just go through these real quickly. The Ruach HaKodesh is out of control. It's hard to have Ruach HaKodesh and control it. All right, we're holding by a Mishnah. The Heilige Mishnah is sponsored. I forgot already. Oh, Mordechai Sapazing Lezech Nishmas Rav Feivel Cohen, Rav Shraga Feivel Ben Rav Eliezer HaKohen Zech Tzad Livrach Mechavev the Bali HaShulchan. Ha'ish Mader's Benoi Ben Nazir. So here we have. Here we go. Rabbi Yisai. Such nachas. The kid is drinking wine. Lit. Don't you think this is a little getting out of hand? So she says, Yeh b'ni Nazir. And he says, Dalila. Rebelli said, the shir that moms can't be Maaser. So he said, Yeh b'ni Nazir. Again, she said, Yeh b'ni Nazir. And he says, you can't do that. You're the wife. And Mamela, he said, Yeh b'ni Nazir. Okay. Hoishmad is b'noi b'nazir. Ve'ino isha maderes as b'no b'nazir. A woman cannot be mader her son. What if a Maaser Shaya, a mother said that when she gave birth, she was having a lot of problems during labor. She said if she has a son, she'll be mader him that he should learn Torah. Could that work or not? And the father was masking. He saw that she was in tremendous sorrow. So, at the end of the day, what happened in that story was that the father supported him in Kolel for a bunch of years, and then he decided to go work, and he came to ask the Shaila if he's able to get out of it, because at the end of the day, he was makabel sort of on himself, this Kabbalah, because he learned in Kolel, but Rav wasn't passing, and since most people anyways learn in Kolel, parents don't have the right to do that to their kid. I just thought it was interesting. Says the Mishnah, a wife, a mother cannot be mader her son and make him a nazir. A father has a special halacha that he could take his son and make him a nazir. He cannot do it to his daughter, only to his son, and the mother cannot do it. I just wanted to show you these questions real quickly. Maybe, is it too late? Yeah, they're all the way here. Shaila, la halacha, is shaving your entire head if you're bald. Is it aser? The entire head, not just where the payas are. Anybody? The entire head is aser? Yes. No. Machlokes? What's the machlokes? That's mutter and aser? So the answer is, according to everybody, it's aser. The question is if it's d'oraisa or d'rabbanan. Here's a big shaila that you might not know. Is a mother mechuyev in chinuch? Is a mother mechuyev in chinuch? Is a father mechuyev to be mechanech his own daughter? And then also, in what way is a 12-year-old different than an 11-year-old in halacha?
1 year.
Okay. Weiter says the Mishnah. So the father made him a nazir, and he decided on his own to take a haircut machine and give himself a haircut. Or his relatives decided to step in. What did the relatives have to do with anything? They have to do with everything. They have the right to stop it. Micha, Oishem Michu, Kroivav. So there's one step of saying, I am not happy with being a Nazir. How does he become a Nazir? Either the father says, you are a Nazir and doesn't even know about it, or his father tells him, accept upon yourself the Naziros. But if he says, I don't want to become a Nazir, that's enough. What if he takes a haircut machine and gives himself a haircut? Is that better or worse than saying, I don't want to be a Nazir? It's much better. He's taking action. He's making a Maaser to show he doesn't want to be a Nazir. So the Kroivim have like the right to veto here. It's very interesting. The close Kroivim, uncles, they have the right. Where do we find that in halacha? An aunt could come by and say, he's not a Nazir. You father decided, I say he's not a Nazir. He set aside animals. He set aside his oyla, chatas, and shlamim. And he was mefarish that this is a chatos, this is a oyla, this is a shlamim. Ha-chatos, tamos, we know all these halachas. The chatos has no way out of this. Why? Because the son is no longer a nazir, so you can't bring a chatos on somebody that's not a nazir. It's as if he died. Chatos shemeshu ba'aleh must die. Va'oyla tikarev oyla. But the oyla can come as a voluntary oyla, so you bring the oyla. Shlamim, mikruvu shlamim, and the shlamim also can come voluntarily. So you bring them. I'd like to show you the this chart that we had already, just to remember it, it should seep into our bones. Regular shlamim, you eat it for 2 days and a night, but there's no bread that comes with it. And the zroya, the foreleg, goes to the kohen. The shalmi nazir that we're discussing is eaten only for 1 day and a night. And you do bring bread. And the zroya goes only to the kohen, not to the Yisrael. So since there's no nazir anymore, we take a little bit from the shlamim, the regular shlamim, and we say there's no bread. We take the chumrah of the shalmi nazir, we say it's only eaten for 1 day and 1 night. Oh, that the Rishonim discuss. So that's why it really shouldn't be in the list here. So I don't know. Okay. What? Right. Very good. But I think it's a machlokes. I'm not sure. He set aside money for his son that was sasum. It was undesignated money. Ybl'c. That was the chiddush that we learned until now. That even though there's money that's chatas money, and chatas money should go to Yam HaMelach, but since there's other money there, and we have a halacha, stumim goes to the Nadava. I will show you this thing that I had in Rosh Hashanah from the, what's the name? Rabbi Nathan Farber from the Five Towns, North Woodmere. You guys know him? It's North Woodmere Day. So he was very active in the beginning. He got on and off. I don't know where he's right now. But over here he showed that there's, I think, 13 shofars, 6 nadavas. If you look all the way in the left bottom corner, it says times 6. So the 6 shofars like that, I don't know if that's the exact shape, but laham chishes ha'oizen, it's wide on the top, narrow on the bottom. You could throw in your money in there, and there's 6 places in the Beis HaMikdash where you could do that, and that money goes towards nadava. When there's a low time in the mizbeach, you buy an oil with the money from those 6 shofars. Ma'is mufarashim, there's other shofars that you could buy, Tavlin, Atikin, Keenan, all that stuff. Fine. What? However, if he designated the money, so this goes to the chatas and shlamim. Now we know what to do with the chatas money. You should not benefit from the money. However, if you did benefit, you're not over. You're not over on the isra of meila. You don't have to bring a carbon asham. You don't have to bring a chaymesh. The may oila, you have your oila. What do you do with the money of the oila? Purchase an oila, another oila, a voluntary oila. Since it goes on the mizbeach, it's Chodesh Kodashim, umayalim behem. There's an isser me'ilah, and if somebody uses that money for something else, you have to bring another carbon and a chaymesh. 20% or 25% milgav. Dmei shlamim yaviu shlamim v'nachal liyam echad ve'enam tunim lechem. The money that was designated towards the shlamim, you buy a shlamim, but we have to be machmer, you could only eat it for 1 day, and you don't bring bread like a regular shlamim. Says the Gemara, ish in aval isha loy. A wife, a mother cannot make her son a Nazir. My taima, Rabbi Yochanan Omar halachi ben Nazir. There's a machlokes here. Rabbi Yochanan says that it's halacha l'Moshe Messinai, and once there's halacha l'Moshe Messinai, Rabbi Yisai, there are no questions.
Like your shit.
You don't ask questions, you big tzaddik, you. Rabbi Yochanan says halacha l'Moshe Messinai. You just did. So I want to show you this real quickly. This is 30 lines of Gemara in one chart. The Gemara says, Rabbi Yochanan says, Rish Lakish says, it's a mitzvah of chinuch. There's a mitzvah in the Torah to be a Nazir. We learned that it's not such a mitzvah because you're refraining from something that Boruch gave you. But on the flip side, as the Rosh points out, that it's a siyag leprishos. It teaches you how to be careful and contain yourself and refrain from doing things. So there is a tzad mitzvah here, and the father wants to be mechanech his son in that beautiful idea of refrain. So the Gemara says, but according to Rabbi Yochanan, this whole list makes a lot of sense. 7 things the Gemara says. Because halacha l'Moshe Messinai doesn't need to make sense. So if I tell you that this doesn't apply to his daughter, I have no questions. I don't need a diuk and a pasuk. No daughter, halacha l'Moshe Messinai. A mother can't do it, halacha l'Moshe Messinai. This only applies to Nazirus, not to regular Nadarim. Halacha l'Moshe Messinai. That a relative could come and veto. Halacha l'Moshe Messinai. That I'm allowed to shave the boy's head, even though shaving your head is Issa D'Oraisa or D'Rabbanan. Halacha l'Moshe Messinai. Even though he's only a boy, why is he bringing karbanas? It's Chulim Ba'azara. Halacha l'Moshe Messinai. That the fact that the Kohen takes his finger and puts it right through the neck of the bird, and he renders it a nevela if it's not a real carbon. And we're talking about a cotton here, bringing it when it becomes tamei. So you're eating a nevela. Halacha l'Moshe Messina. So these 7 things are, but according to Rish Lakish, who says that I want to be mechanech my son, you want to be mechanech your son and you're going to eat nevela? You want to be mechanech your son? So why not your daughter? Chinuch for your daughter. Why not the wife? So this whole list makes great sense according to Rabbi Yochanan, not according to Rish Lakish. Let's see it inside. Rish Lakish, gedei l'chancha b'mitzvahs. By the way, I wanted to say yesterday, I'll say it today. What? I said it, but I'll say it again. There's 10 minutes. Nothing. Then the guy's going to complain that we have more Lasanis than the Daf. Today it's Ymous. Jonathan, you're still trying to figure out how I anticipated.
You have wrong.
No, okay. I really didn't get it from anybody. Not a single person told us that. But okay, weiter.
Let's talk about it some more. 1 second. How did you do that?
We just established that in this year there's no questions, no R's. So keep to it.
How did you
Keep to it.
No,
Weiter.
This is amazing. Tell us how you do this.
We'll tell you
We
later.
want to understand.
We'll tell you later.
Change his life.
Okay, so
Let's.
you get the show, the real thing. This is the real deal, right here. Alkobanim. Oh, there was a beautiful story that a Talmid Chacham here in this neighborhood was at a simcha. He's at the head table, and he asked for a particular dessert. So the guy brought him dessert. He said, "No, not that one, the other one." Okay, so he got him dessert, and the guy didn't touch it. And so after the simcha, he went over to him and said, "I understand. You made the guy sugar. You made him go back twice, 3 times, and then you didn't eat it." He says, "No, I want to be mekayim the tightness of the ravid. As you have a piece of cake, but I wanted something that really I had an appetite for. I only had an appetite for the one with the cherries. Took that, put it in front of me, and I refrained from eating it. It's a musig of refraining. There's a very interesting taisis over here. We have plenty of time. Chavches Amud Beis. If we don't have time, we'll learn it on Motzei Shabbos when you're not here. That's why you're going crazy. Everybody else is going to get to the daf. Don't worry about it.
I'm fine.
So. But you need to know this taisis. Taisis asks a question. When a katan eats nevela, Bezdin is not mechuyev to be mafreshim. Bezdin is not mechuyev to say, get away from it. So how can Rish Lakish say that you're mechuyev in chinuch? So he makes a distinction. He says, for the positives, for the mitzvahs, you're mechuyev to teach him mitzvahs, but you don't have to teach him averis. It's very interesting taisis. And then taisis goes on to say, and this reminded me of a story, we have plenty of time. When I lived in Ramat Hanan, I was making trouble on Ma'ariv. I said this Maaser once. I was making trouble in the shul in Ramat Hanan by Rabbi Yisrael Zilberman shul on Ma'ariv Pesach night in the Ezra Snashim. And there was a married guy there, and he didn't like that I was, chepping other kids. He came over to me and gave me a smack in the face. It was a big mistake on his part because I ripped his brand new suit in half. I ripped from the behind, and I took his hat. I smushed it, threw it out the window. And then my father went over to him after shul. What? Oh, and I scream. I open up the thing. I go,
kill you.
Yeah, you can. So I open up the mechitza. I go, like the scream. The whole shul ran, and including Rav Zilberstein. They thought there was a terrorist attack. Fine. After shul's over, my father says, "What happened?" He goes, "I smacked your kid." My father, "You smacked my kid?" "Yeah." "Why'd you smack my kid?" "Because I have the sheet of Reb Chaim no in chinuch." So my father says, "The sheet of Reb Chaim." So smack your own kid. Use your own sheet on your own kid. It's not on my. You don't take your sheet and use it on my kid. That's what Taisa says over here. Chinuch is on your kid. Bezdin is not mechuyev to go and take away a nevela from a kid. But you do have a chiyuv. Okay, fine. Next, what's going on here? What's all the movement? Which Taisvus? The one on the Chavches Amud Beis. Dibra Maskil Benoi in Bitoy Loi. Fine. Next. Yochi Afilu Shanami. So then the question is, why can't his wife be Maaser his son if it's only chinuch? Because ish chayv l'chanech benoi b'mitzvahs ve'ina ish chayv l'chanech b'na. Unbelievable Gemara according to Rish Lakish. A wife is not mechuyev to be mechanech her own son. Or Rav Nisim Karel says even according to Rish Lakish, we would be mechuyev to be mechanech in Yerushalayim, brachas and things like that, but not what to do and not to do. If the husband is not there. By the way, I saw an amazing shlah yesterday. I forgot to write it down, but it's a good thing I remembered. As you know, the whole argument in this generation, the old generation is of the opinion that you should at least keep in your arsenal the idea of hitting and not hitting, but be a little bit more tough. Today it's all love and time in instead of time out, the whole thing. So the shlah says, Al zen nemar, he says, I don't want to say, but Al zen nemar, Yedei noshim rachmaniyos, the hands of the compassionate women, bishlu yaldeim. They cook their kids by being compassionate and not giving the proper, and not being stern. You have to use kifo sometimes. I understand why a father doesn't have a chiyuv. He cannot put naziros on his daughter. That says the Indian of chinuch. You don't have to teach your daughter. You don't have to teach her how to refrain from things, etc. He's going to hold that you're mechuyev to be mechanech a son. Bitoy enoi chayev lechancha. Unbelievable. Okay, it's possible. I was just thinking that maybe when it comes to a chinuch, you want to set a personal example, and this is going on before. A wife who's not mechuyev in mitzvahs, so how could she teach her kid to be chayev in mitzvahs? Put on tefillin. She's not mechuyev in that. You have to. It's a concept of chinuch. Don't tell your son not to smoke when you yourself smoke, kind of thing. Okay. According to the Rebbe, it says, how come the father doesn't tell his son, listen, if you don't go to school, you're going to be I'm being madder you from eating chocolate. You can't eat ice cream anymore. A neder. So you should be mekayim mitzvah. Why is it only in the zeros? According to Rabbi Yochanan, it makes sense because it doesn't have to make sense. No, Rish Lakish didn't say. Of course, the father can make a kid a neder. I went to the biggest chiddush. Naziros, where there's the inu nefesh. We said yesterday the word nivel means inu nefesh. You're refraining from wine. He can't go to levayis nevach. Filahachi chayav lechanchoy. You can't take a haircut. I understand that a relative has veto power. Why? Even though it doesn't make sense. What? A relative could say, I don't want my nephew to do a mitzvah, to be mechunach, and how to refrain himself. Where does a relative come in here? Listen to this, Rabbi Isaac. A chinuch that involves bizyonis, embarrassing a kid, you can't do. So if he's embarrassed by his relatives, so then it might answer your question. What relatives? Your uncles, aunts, maybe. I don't know. Anything, what? How far?
So for sure, mother should be able to then.
Okay. No, she could. Of course, she could be Mayfair. No. We're not talking about chinuch. We're talking about taking away a bizoyin of chinuch. Here's a kid that has very long hair, he's going to school, and he's embarrassed. So comes the uncle and says, I don't want to be embarrassed. Just remind me real quickly, there was a guy sitting here on this table, in middle shir, he smacked up his kid. He was going like this. And so in the beginning, and then 2 minutes later again. So I told Avi, I said, could you please tell him to stop? So Avi got up, walked over and said, Eli asked, you should stop. So he smacked Avi in the face. Maaser Shaya. Maaser. So anyway, don't be mechanech your kid b'bizayin. Even if you hold, you're allowed to smack your kid. Let's say. Don't do it in public. Take him over your knees. This is what. Another thing, I was thinking, like, I hold, you should wear tchelas. But I'm not going to tell my kid to wear tchelas. He's going to be embarrassed in school. There's certain things, the way you dress, the way that, don't force it on your kids. When it comes to chinuch, big yisoider in chinuch. I can understand why a person will be over is the raisa of akafa. Why? Because that's what the Torah. That's halacha. But if the whole point is just chinuch, the Avni Nezer was walking with his father, and his father said, "Did you make kiddush before you ate today? Today was Yom Kippur." No, you make kiddush on Yom Kippur, kid. He says no. The whole point of making kiddush is chinuch. This is what the kid told his father. So when I get older, I should know how to make kiddush on Yom Kippur. No, I'm not going to make kiddush on Yom Kippur when I'm older. So today I'm not mechuyev in kiddush. That's what he told his father. I don't know the thing. But what?
When he was a kid. Chaim.
Reb Chaim Kanievsky?
No.
Oh, Reb Chaim. Okay. I heard about David Nazir. Fine.
No, not
Okay.
when I grew up.
Great. So how could you take your kid and give him a 0-0 haircut when it's a Issa Deraisa? Says the Gemara, Kasavar, he holds, Hakavas Kol HaRoish Midrabanan. When the Torah says, Baltakif, when the Torah says, Listen, you pass Roishchem, Yunala, so that is only when you do this part right over here. But I would think, he says, and there are a lot of people that think that if you, there's from people that think that if you shave your whole head, you're not over. No, you're not over the Iraisa, but you're over the Rabbanon according to Rish Lakish. But how do we paskin? We paskin right here. I just brought this out because we have plenty of time. From here up is what's usher. To make your sideburn a little on a point is usher midaraisa if you do it 0-0, and you have to go past the bone. Fine. And above the red line on the right is where, I don't know if you see the red line so well, but that's where it's usher to, well, yeah. So here's the Rambam real quickly. HaMitzvah mem gimel ishi zeronu mehavir sara tzaodim v'u amru yisala lo yisakifu pas roshim. This is the Raisa. V'hazorim is a gam kein kedei shalin is down like the avodah zarah. We shouldn't be like goyim kichin or yoisim kaimer avodah zarah. This is what the priests used to do. That's why we have the same vav. V'amru hakavas kol haroish. If you shave your entire head, shma kafa. It's issa the Raisa kedei shaloi toimar. You shouldn't say, don't listen to be like the guy, but if I shave everything, I'm not like a guy. So they say, and if you do it, then you he says all the then, 2 times malchus. Fine. Next. What is how? I don't know the length. I'm not passing on the length. How much you have to leave in order not to be over. Sorry. So you have the Rabbanon against the Rabbanon. To shave your head, the entire head, also only the Rabbanon. So therefore, Chinuch comes and pushes off the Hakafa. Amazing Yisai. That when it comes to chinuch, it's so powerful to train your kids the right way that you could be over the Rabbanans. In this case, so I understand when he finishes the process, he brings karbanas because it's halacha l'mosh mesina. How could you bring a carbon to the Beis Hamikdash when he doesn't have to? That's the Isser, the Raisa. Because he holds it's only the Rabbanon. Once again, again this unbelievable idea of chinuch. I want to be mechanech my kid, even though it's going to take a hit, because with the Rabbanon you're not allowed to bring a carbon in the Beis Hamikdash. So you can learn from this another yisod. Sometimes when it comes to chinuch, you take a hit. If you have to learn with your kid chumash and you're on a higher level, you take a hit. Different things, davening with your kid, whatever it is. Sometimes you take a hit for chinuch. If you could take a hit and do the Rabbanans, certainly, if it's not a the Rabbanan. So here's an interesting shaila. If a guy is sick and he has the option to eat, he needs protein. Doctor says you have to eat protein, but he's not soymech on the hafshar. What should he eat? Chicken or meat? He doesn't care for the shechita. The shaykhim are bad guys. They're not. But he has chicken or meat. What's the less of an isser to eat? Chicken or meat? Why? Oh, there's a machlokes whether you even have to shecht a chicken. So, forget, yeah. Sorry, we said that. When it becomes tameh, we said he has to bring the 2 birds. And look, he does a malika. He puts his nail, his thumb right through the vertebrae. So you're allowed to do that. That's the way you do it in the Beis Hamikdash. That's how you do shchita, and it's not considered an nevela. Why? Because the halacha lo meish mesinai. How could you eat it? It's nevela. He must hold that it's only the Rabbanan, and my chinuch trumps this the Rabbanan. Ask the Gemara, V'chum b'azor lav d'iraisa. How could it be? How could he hold that chulin in the Azara is v'chulin b'Azara? Sorry, v'chulin b'Azara lav deraisa period. Chulin b'Azara. I have a Gemara with Nekudas that even has a period. V'chulin b'Azara lav deraisa. Great. V'savar Rabbi Yossi hachi v'otani Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yehuda minayin l'chatas ha'oif. Let's say there's a few people that bring chatas ha'oif. We had the thing zav zava yelez mitzayra, and somebody who comes tamei brings the chatas ha'oif. But let's talk about yelez for a second. Chatas ha'oif she ba ala safek. Let's say a woman gave birth. She's not sure if it was a real birth or not. She has a safek. Should she bring this chatas ha'oif or not? Sheina nechelas. How do you know that you bring it but you don't eat it? I have a simple chart here, 7-step chart. First, we do a hekesh between a zachar and a nekeva. We say whatever the zachar does, the nekeva does. Then we say a zachar brings a behema when he does an aveira on Shabbos. Let's say Michal Shabbos, he should bring in an animal, like a sheep. A woman should also bring a sheep. Okay, that's step 3. Step 4. When a zachar makes a mistake, he's not sure if he did an aveira or not, he has a suffix, he should bring a asham talit. So, step 5, a nekeva also, a woman should also. Step 6 is that if the zachar brings a behema, it should be behema, not a oif. When he does a suffix, he should do it exactly like when he does a regular aveira. A regular aveira, Hillel Shabbos, he brings a sheep, so when he has a suffix, he should bring a sheep. So a woman who has a suffix, on her leda, if she was a regular leda, she brings a bird. So when she has a suffix leda, she should bring a bird. In that category. Not when she does an aver on Shabbos. She does a leda, so it's 7 steps to get there, but we get there. Says the Gemara, very simple. You don't eat from it. So that's how you know that there's makish nekeva zachar, whatever a zachar has and a nekeva has. He brings a behema. She brings a behema. He brings a asham talui when he doesn't know if he did the avera. She should bring on the suffix. You bring a behema. When she's a yeleda, she brings a bird. Ask the Gemara. So if the zachar he brings this carbon, he could eat it. It's an animal. He eats it. So too, the woman's carbon that she brings, it should also be eaten. The chatas, the country should eat from it. Vamris loy. What's a zachar over when he brings the asham talui? So this and the suffix, the zachar brings to the animal to the Beis Hamikdash. What is that called? Chulin ba'azara. If he wasn't over Isser, it's chulin ba'azara. Over here we have 2 isurim. What? Melika. In addition to that, in addition to the chulin ba'azara, we have this in Avela. Ma'ishnei isurim lav is in Avela v'chulin ba'azara. You're telling me mefurish that he holds that there's an Isser de'iraisa to eat, to not check the bird. How could you tell me it's only the Rabbanan? Everything he said before, we said it's the Rabbanan. Going to Beis Hamikdash is the Rabbanan. Chulin ba'azara is the Rabbanan. Melika the Rabbanan. Over here you see mefurish, he says it's Aser de'iraisa. So Zimar, no, I'll explain to you. Ma'ishnei isurim lav is in Avela. Maskiv lo ravacha ber de'ravika v'dilma mechayev alei. No, the reason why Kayin doesn't eat from it is only because it looks like it is. We're talking about the Rabbanans here, not the Raisa. Don't prove for me from here that he holds that it's the Raisa. No, it's only the Rabbanan. Sponsored by the Chlai Yeshivas Noam Torah of Rav David Amishlita, who was encouraged us to finish Shas and Latzlacha, the Magachir, members of the HBA group and their families. Amen. Rabbi Isai, good Chodesh. Have a wonderful day.